Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that every human on Earth had vanished. No cities, no cars, no phones, just silence. As strange as it sounds, there was a time when that almost happened. Scientists believe our species came dangerously close to extinction. Not once, but several times. Early humans faced ice ages, deadly predators, starvation, disease, and competition from other human species. In fact, compared to animals like lions, bears, or mammoths, humans were surprisingly weak. So here's the mystery. Why didn't humans go extinct? How did a fragile group of primates survive while countless other species disappeared forever? The answer is one of the most remarkable stories in human history, the most dangerous beginning. Around 300,000 years ago, the first modern humans appeared in Africa. They weren't the rulers of the planet. They were simply another animal trying to survive. They had no metal weapons, no agriculture, and no permanent homes. Every day was a struggle to find food. Every night brought the threat of predators. And humans weren't alone. The earth was filled with other powerful creatures, giant cats, hyenas, wolves, and even other human species such as Neanderthals. For a long time, there was no guarantee that Homo sapiens would be the species that survived. The population crash. One of the most shocking discoveries came from genetic studies. By examining human DNA, scientists found evidence that our ancestors may have passed through a severe population bottleneck. At one point, the number of breeding humans may have dropped to only a few thousand individuals. Imagine an entire species reduced to the population of a small town. A massive volcanic eruption, climate change, drought, or a combination of disasters may have pushed humans to the edge. If those few survivors had failed, modern humans might never have existed. The Ice Age test. Then came another challenge. The Ice Age. Large parts of the world became colder and harsher. Food became difficult to find. Many animals disappeared. Yet humans adapted. Instead of relying on one environment, they learned to live in forests, grasslands, mountains, and eventually frozen regions. They made clothing from animal skins. They built shelters. Most importantly, they mastered fire. Fire gave warmth, protection, cooked food, and allowed people to survive in places that would otherwise have been deadly. It was one of the greatest survival tools ever discovered. The power of cooperation. But fire alone wasn't enough. The real superpower of humans was cooperation. A lion hunts with a small pride. A wolf hunts with a pack. Humans built something even more powerful. Large social groups. People shared food, protected children, cared for the injured, and warned each other about danger. Archaeologists have found evidence of ancient humans who survived serious injuries for years. That means others helped them. In the animal kingdom, a severely injured individual often dies quickly. Humans changed that rule. By helping one another, they increased the survival chances of the entire group. The weapon that changed everything. Humans also developed a unique advantage. Tools. Early stone tools allowed our ancestors to cut meat, break bones for marrow, and process plants more efficiently. Later came spears, throwing weapons, and eventually bows. Humans didn't become stronger than predators. They became smarter than predators. A group of coordinated hunters with spears could challenge animals far larger and stronger than themselves. Intelligence began to replace raw physical power. The human brain. Perhaps the biggest reason humans survived was our ability to learn and pass knowledge to the next generation. Most animals rely heavily on instinct. Humans rely on culture. One person discovered a better hunting method. Another learned which plants were poisonous. Someone else figured out how to start a fire more reliably. Those discoveries didn't die with the individual. They were taught to children and shared across groups. Knowledge accumulated over thousands of years. That meant each generation started with the advantages of the previous one. What about the Neanderthals? For thousands of years, modern humans shared the world with Neanderthals. Neanderthals were strong, intelligent, and well adapted to cold climates. Yet they eventually disappeared. Why? Scientists still debate the exact reason. Climate change, competition, smaller populations, and interbreeding with modern humans may all have played a role. What's fascinating is that many people today still carry a small percentage of Neanderthal DNA. In a sense, they didn't vanish completely. Part of them survives within us. The Great Expansion. Around 60,000 to 70,000 years ago, humans began spreading out of Africa. They crossed deserts, mountains, and oceans. Within tens of thousands of years, humans had reached Europe, Asia, Australia, and eventually the Americas. Very few species in Earth's history have expanded across the planet so successfully. Humans survived because they could adapt to almost any environment. Hot jungles, frozen tundra, dry deserts, or high mountains. Somehow, humans found a way. The final answer. So why didn't humans go extinct? Not because we were the strongest, not because we were the fastest, and not because nature made survival easy. Humans survived because we combined intelligence, cooperation, tools, fire, and culture in a way no other species had ever done before. When the climate changed, we adapted. When predators threatened us, we worked together. When food became scarce, we invented new ways to find it. Every major challenge forced humans to become more creative. Conclusion. The next time you walk through a city filled with lights, buildings, and technology, remember this. Our ancestors once stood in the darkness with nothing but a fire, a few stone tools, and each other. Against ice ages, predators, volcanic disasters, and countless dangers, they survived. And because they survived, you're here today. Humanity's greatest achievement wasn't building cities or rockets. It was surviving long enough to build them. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like the video. Subscribe for more fascinating stories about ancient humans and forgotten history. And let me know in the comments, what mystery of our past should we explore next? Thanks for watching.